Not your average tabletop. Woohoo!
Welcome to Not Your Average Tabletop. I'm Zach,
And I'm Pepper.
and today we're going to give our first impressions of Super Mega Lucky Box.
Yes, a spectacularly fun game.
Yes, and this one is from Game Right. This does kind of have the look of mass marketing game, I will say, when you first look at it.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and that's kind of, I think when I first saw it, and it was kind of a little hot there for a while. I don't know if I've seen it as much talked about lately, but I would say that, at the time I was kind of like, ooh, that's a big yellow box with kind of some, I don't know. It just kind of looked like mass marketing, like I said, and I wasn't 100% sure that I was like, is that one really good? And then I heard some people say some good things about it, so I was excited about it because I don't know if I can't remember if they said directly like, oh, it's like Gone Shown Clever where you get bonuses, but they did say it's kind of a thing where you're filling. It's basically like a flip and right where you're filling kind of things in, and then you can get some bonuses that chain can possibly trigger some other stuff. So it's kind of in that world of whatever, but it's kind of got the dry erase. All of the cards are dry erase, so yeah.
So because I had really known nothing about this game, and you kind of sent a picture of that you'd gotten it, and I'm like, Super Mega Lucky Box, what kind of name is that? And then kind of the whole look of it, I'm like, what is this? But then once you told me a little more about it, I'm like, okay, that sounds cool, and it's from Phil Walker Harding, which he does. What does he do? Does he do
he doesn't
Sushi Go? Does he do Sushi Go? Sushi.
Yes. I think he does.
I think so.
He does a lot of games. That's the only game he does. He does these two games.
These two games. That's also from Game Right, so probably.
That's true.
But so I was excited about that because I like a lot of his designs. Whether I know they're his or not, I like them. So I was excited about that. I kind of saw that it's just the cards are these grids of 9 spots, 9 numbers, and I'm like, is that a little too simple? Because Gons, I really like how the bonuses work in that, and that's got a lot going on, but once you get to know it, I really like that, and I was worried that this might be just a little too simple with kind of just that look and kind of the name and, like you said, mass market look to the game.
But yeah, I would say we've played this a few times now, and I would say it's been pretty solid. I don't know that it's my favorite Verb and Write game, but I think as I've played it more and more, each play, I think I've actually liked it more and more. And I think it does give you some interesting choices. Some of it, what did I say? It reminds me of a little. It's weird because that's polyomino shapes, but it kind of reminds me of Silver and Gold.
If another Phil Walker Harding game.
Oh, that's true. I did not even think about that. But those are polyomino shapes versus this just being numbers. It kind of gave me some of those vibes.
And just a few different ways of scoring, and obviously the flip and right aspect.
Yeah, and then I would just say I think like the bonuses that you kind of trigger in this game, I felt like didn't feel kind of as good as like in some games like Gons or Hadrian's Wall. I really like the ones in Hadrian's Wall. Granted, that one is much heavier than this. So I would not say. I think it kind of depends what you're looking for. I wouldn't say like, oh, definitely you should. If you want to see the bonuses, get Hadrian's Wall because that is probably the heaviest. And it might be the heaviest rolling or not rolling right, but flip and Verb and Right game. But this one is definitely very approachable, and you still do get the bonuses. I'd just say for me they didn't feel quite as satisfying as some other games.
Because the bonuses, I'll say, along with you, it says my expectations weren't super high, but it has exceeded them and gotten better with every play as well. I think the only thing is, those bonuses are either a number, which can be really helpful, because you're like, oh, you only get like 9 numbers around. It's like numbers 1 through 9 in the cards, like 2 times 2 sets of those. So
there's a chance you might not.
So it's like, how am I going to fill these 3 cards that I want to fill, or even one of them? I'm just
Right.
going to have to ace it pretty much, but with those bonuses, it can help along with that. But still, there's not a lot of chaining. Like, you might then fill another row or column and get another bonus. And if you get, like, resources, they just come into your supply. They don't continue to trigger things.
Right.
The moons are just endgame scoring. The stars are kind of per round, which I do like the stars and kind of trying to save them up to get a bunch of them in one round versus just maybe one every round.
I would agree.
So I do really like that scoring as well. But yeah, bonuses aren't as juicy as a lot of other flip and roll and writes, but I do like them. I think it's pretty solid, and it's a very quick game as well.
Yeah, that helps too. 'Cause yeah, it's extremely quick.
Yeah,
I would say, because I think it's 4 rounds of those 9 cards. So you're looking at 36 cards filling in 36 boxes, pretty much. So that goes really quickly once you know how to play it. It says 20 minutes on the box, and I think if you know how to play it, that's probably about right. So, yeah, I guess anything else on it?
Obviously, the dry erase cards.
Oh,
They're in
I
more
do
and more games now, and they're just always a blast to do.
Yeah, I do like that. It's
Great
that,
production, and the little resources, the moons, and the little lightning bolts are phenomenal. Just so fun to play
really
with,
nice
and put them together, make little shapes.
Yeah, those are very nice looking, especially for a game like this.
Yeah.
You'd almost think they wouldn't necessarily have those, but yeah, it's very nice that they do have those. So yeah, I think that it would probably come in at if I'm just doing like a kind of what the scores we do here, which aren't like official ratings or whatever, but just kind of our first thoughts. Probably put it around a 7.25 for me. And I don't know that it would go up a ton more for me, but it is one, like you said, it's short and it's still solid enough that you're marking these things off and stuff, that I'd still definitely get it out. And it goes up to 6 players, so it's one that you can play with a lot of people, and it's very approachable. So I'd still definitely get it to the table.
Yeah, I'll give this probably an 8. For me, first impression, it's not one that I think is a very high ceiling. I think we pretty much have a good feel for the game, and you said like these aren't like official ratings, but I think there's not a lot of movement that can happen because
For this one,
yes, all of our ratings are final. But yeah, but it is very solid. It's not like top tier. Android games and bonuses that I love, but it is very solid, very quick, and definitely one that obviously plays solo very well, that I could see myself just being like, you know what, maybe I'll play like a game or 2 or possibly even 3 of this just late at night or something.
Yeah, and I would really love if this type of game, I don't know if it is, but if this was like in Target or other stores, like with a lot of those other games like that. Now, I think the kind of game selection in some of the stores have gotten better and better, so it has kind of included better and better games. I think I've maybe not in Target, but I think I've seen some stores that have silver and gold, so maybe this one could get in there, because I think this is one that people might actually buy, even if they don't know much about the hobby, and I think this could get them maybe.
They might not even think it, they just think it's a super mega lucky box. They might not even think
That's
it's a game.
true. That is true. They might not even think it's a game.
Like, I don't know what's in this, but it looks fun.
Right, but could be one of those types of things that maybe gets people more interested in other games, so it could be a very good thing of doing that.
Yeah,
so.
for sure.
So yeah, if you want to see the unboxing to kind of see some of the stuff, I don't know that there's too much in there.
But like we said, pretty cool components for a small flip and write game. Very nice.
Yeah, so check out our video of our unboxing on our channel. Otherwise, we hope to see you on the next video, and as always, don't forget to
Keep on nibbling
on our content.